Check out this clip with CRlP SAG from Santana Block. In this clip, he discusses Kim Bullet Tate, Salty, and the war that started in Compton after their lives were taken.
I thought Salty was the first dude killed in Compton. That kicked off these wars or whatever, but it was somebody else. They say was killed on somebody's brother was killed on Caldwell and on the corner of Caldwell and something way before Salty. And they was blaming the Pirus for that. And I always wondered why Salty was on them Pirus. So it could have been a reason. That was the reason, because they say Salty, he was putting hands on him. So he like, let's get down. That, they say old Salt Rock Cub was like, nigga, let's get down. He was one of those homies like, let's get down, homie. It can back his shit up, cuz. You know what I mean? So it's hard to pinpoint, man, who was doing the shooting first, homie. Who started out the shooting first, homie. But what I can tell you, if they was shooting each other before October the 9th, 1976, the day they killed Salty, because that's when Compton got really bad. Was after the death of Salty. Salty was killed October the 9th, 1976. Bullet was killed March 21st, 22nd, 78. So October, November, December, January, February. Bullet was killed 17 months or something like that after Salty.
Shout out to CRlP SAG. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel on YouTube. I'll put the link to his YouTube in the description. Definitely enjoy listening to CRlP SAG tell his stories. Must have been a crazy time in Compton, especially when this was all so new and everyone was trying to prove themselves, prove to their enemy that they are the hardest, the most down, the ones that are trained to go. And SAG was right in the middle of it. His history goes back to the 70s when it comes to the CC thing, the Compton Crip thing. So he has some dope stories. You can also check him out on Kev Mac Videos. I know he is a regular on Kev Mac Videos. He's also been on my channel a couple times. I have a bunch of clips and interviews, etc. with CRlP SAG on my channel. I've always supported everything he's done. He's always been one of my favorite YouTubers that hops on here and keeps it real. He's not really on here glorifying stuff. He's going to tell you the real and tell you this is some bullshit. Streets are done. But he's going to give you some good stories. So make sure you guys go over to his channel and show him some love and let him know that DustyVisionTV sent you. And you guys are speaking. The comments, the views are looking good. So if you guys want more CRlP SAG, I'll give you more CRlP SAG, man. I have a lot of clips from CRlP SAG, man. A lot from back in the day. And this particular clip is pretty old. Probably 5 years old, maybe. 4 or 5 years old. Him and I go back that long, at least around the 2019, 2020 era. And I'm glad to see he's over there doing his thing with this channel. So go show some love and let me know what other channels you guys like out there. I would love to know what other channels you guys are listening to out there in YouTube land, what you're watching out there in YouTube land, I should say. Comment down below. Who are some of your favorite channels? I enjoy a few. I enjoy... I'm not going to give anybody. I'm not going to name any right now. I'll save that for a whole other show where I talk about who I listen to on these YouTube streets when I'm scrolling through. But let me know what you think of this video, please. And please make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not already. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, you just might appreciate this bonus clip I'm about to play for you right now. The 80s, interesting time in history, even looking back, you know, Reaganomics and the crack era, and it was just a very rough time, even for civilians to live in Los Angeles, let alone an active member. Tell me what you remember just in general about, the mid to late 80s in Compton.
Man, I remember things going down here real quick, bro. I remember things going down here real quick, like people's minds. My mind's been one of them. Good, honorable people, who become dope addicts, become dope fiends, man. And you go into people's house and people was like really without, man. Don't have nothing. And crackheads just walking around. It was like a gift and a curse, man, because it created a lot of money, created a lot of ballers. People was really having it back then. But at the same time, look what it did to the communities. Look what it did to the neighborhoods and whatnot. I can remember the first time I saw somebody shot, man. I was probably, it was a boys' market.
We were just talking about boys' market today. That's the second time I've heard boys' market today. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a boys' market, dog. It was a boys' market right there on Long Beach Boulevard. Kind of where right next to where the Compton Swap used to be in that same plaza. And I'm with my mom's, one of her friends, and a couple of her sons, dude. We walking into the liquor store. Walking into Boys Market. And right there, dude, we had to cross the eye, dude. And he landed on the ground in the middle of the parking lot, man, shot in the head. And I can remember him just like, help me. And I'm a youngster, man. At this time, I couldn't have been no older than, maybe about 10 when I saw this. And it's one of those things where you kind of get numb to it after a while, though. That was my first time seeing something like that. But it happens so much on the norm. It happens so much on the norm on a daily basis. Man, I don't even want to say you get numb to it. Because I can remember being a kid and being, dude, I'm scared. I'm scared to go places. Like, literally, man. Like, you walking around and I'm constantly looking around. And back then, you could tell somebody from the streets. They had that look. They had that attire to them. They had that appeal to them. Nowadays, you really can't tell, man.
Right. Everybody looks like everything, and everybody looks like the same. Yeah. Skinny jeans and whatever the case may be.
Man, a cat with some skinny jeans and a backpack with no twist your cap backwards, man.
Looking like
you'll never see that coming. But back then, you knew danger when you saw it. You knew it. So I can remember, man, just being out and about at places with my moms or whoever, dude, and just being scared shitless as a kid, man, because of the environment of what was going on in the streets of Compton, man. It was really hell on earth back then, dude. It was some hard times. It was some rough times.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, things are rough right now in LA. The crime is up, the homicides are up. But to live in the 90s, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. Or late 80s, early 90s, it was something different. Like I think in 93, we had upwards of 2,500 homicides in Los Angeles. That's unheard of. Compare that to, a couple years ago where you have like 600 or something like that. Still a horrible number, but 2,500 compared to 600, that's the 80s and 90s. It was a war fucking zone once again, even for civilians, man.
That's it. Oh yeah, because man, bullets don't got no names.
Exactly.
So cats ain't going to shooting range and target practice and all that kind of stuff. Guns is easily accessible. It went from way back in the days. This is before my time, but these cats was packing, if anything, they have a 38 something on them, a revolver or something to having semi-automatic weapons, bro. Squeezing off at that trigger, and whoever that bullet hit, 9 times 10, man. A lot of times you ain't even hitting your target. It's some innocent person who getting shot. If your target do get hit, somebody then went along for the ride with them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was some hard times, man. Some real harsh reality.
Yeah. And this may be a little bit before your time, but I've had plenty of OGs on my show who said that that there were trains full. Going back to the gun thing, because we went from, like you said, it went from 6 shooters and 38 specials and to Uzis overnight. And there are theories out there, and many people have vouched that, you know, there were trains full of weapons just left in the middle of the ghetto, and people can just grab those weapons and go to war and go crazy.
I grew up hearing that. I grew up hearing that as a kid, man, about, you know, trains, just left there on the track for days. Eventually, somebody gonna get nosy and hit them. Then once they got wind of what was going on, man, you think that's by accident, Dusty, or is that by design?
Exactly, it's a project, man.
Come on now, yeah, that's by design, man. Fill it there, flood them with drugs, flood them with the guns. Let's take away all the programs that's in school. Because I remember, I'm old enough to remember, man, going to school and still having stuff like, you know how to be a welder, auto mechanic. Like, all this stuff still exists in school, bro. When you can literally graduate from high school with a trade.
Facts.
And ready to hit the workforce. All that stuff is non and void now. Why is that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Just talking about that again with my brother Dave, man. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, why is that? And that's not by accident. You know, like, if people really want to help the youth and give them a leg to stand on and give them a head start in life, why take that away? Why strip that? Because a person learning the skill, they're learning the trade, they're learning the way to graduate from high school and be self-sufficient and going to the workforce. Don't have to be out here on the streets doing nothing stupid and taking penitentiary chances trying to make ends meet, because, you know, you're giving him school the tools and the skills that he needs. So when he get out, he will have that. And to take that stuff away, man, come on, it's a wicked system.